Everybody's weekend was great. Mine was pretty decent. How was
I had a
yours?
good weekend.
Oh, first
Yeah.
let's introduce ourselves. I'm Sammy B, and you are
Autumn tea.
straight.
And what do
Um,
we talk about?
ha- Happy New Week,
Economically.
everyone.
All right.
Happy New Week. Happy New
Week of
Week.
the
Happy New
sixth.
Week. As people coming on the screen, coming on the screen. How was your weekend?
It's okay. I work, as I always do, and then I find time for the things that I love to do.
Dope. Well, this is work too. This is kind of like work, but it's like good work. So we get to interact with
Even
people.
though,
So yeah,
honestly, you and I get to connect on levels that wouldn't have been if it wasn't for technology.
correct,
So
correct, correct, correct,
it's
correct.
nice to get to meet people outside of your hometown.
Of course. Um, Actually, you brought up a good topic to speak about today. Maybe you can kind of engage in it because you feel pretty much passionately on the topic for today, Monday, October 6th.
2025. Well, so
Uh,
we started kind of started without finishing on a week. Um, on Saturday was allergies, just because we're free forming sometimes. But it came to a good topic that him and I wanted to discuss, and that's about cleansing ourselves, um, but not just physically, even though you should definitely detox your body quite often of many things. Uh, but we're talking about like when it comes to cleansing yourself um, in your home. He and many other people probably suffer from dust and such as that. And just remember that keeping your area space clean and understanding what you have and being organized with your own space is very responsible. You're going to be able to conduct your life organizing your events and stuff whenever you're able to be able to collect it in a serious way. So making sure you keep your area space clean is a good way to combat your allergies. Making sure you're detoxing, because if you know what allergies do to your body, then you'll understand why you need to detox. But financially and economically, I think there is a big purge that should happen, and it's probably going to happen.
Good morning to
In
everybody coming on.
Good
Good morning,
morning.
morning.
It's going to happen all together, regardless if we want it or not. There's a lot of undoing that we have to do here, and that is mainly to do with the products that we buy. We
Right.
financially spend a lot of money on packaging, and a lot of times that packaging is what we're buying. We're not really buying the product inside. And that package really goes where? If you aren't a upcycler or somebody who recycles, you are throwing that thing in the trash. Now, if you can't throw it in the trash, recycle or reuse it. But please, you should remember that when you don't throw your stuff in the trash, um, sorry, we tend to on our ground. I was trying to turn my camera around, and this is just a little sense of my backyard that I walk all the time. It's a trail, but
She's in the wilderness, everyone. She's in the forest.
I'm not in the forest. I'm in a trail that is accompanied by woods. But this is what I'm talking about, and it's an example that I I haven't yet cleaned up over here. Um, it's just it's time consuming for people. But the point I'm trying to really mark on this casting today is we are responsible for this. And if you are feeling like you shouldn't do anything about it, you're wrong. We are not entitled to this world to trash it. We are not trash ourselves. So therefore, our world we need to treat better. because this is where
What's up,
your
Jr.?
children and their children is going to end up in. Is they're going to end up in a trash world if you don't realize we're not trash. This earth is not trash. There are so many things that you can do out here to make it better by just paying attention and not ignoring your responsibilities to financial financial purchases that you're making. You need to honestly think about what you're buying and how you're going to dispose of things. It sounds crazy, but um the corporation company, and I'm not sponsored like this, but I believe in it, is where we're and I if you know me, you know that I have been wanting to get paid for recycling. Down here in Georgia, you don't get paid to recycle. Up in other states, you do for glass and cans. Plastic, I mean, people, those are self incentives if you're going to recycle plastic. But for the upcoming years to come, plastic is going to become valuable to corporations and to us.
Hello, Tally.
So, um, I go out here scoping out businesses that would thrive with having um, these drop boxes that you're allowed to put um, recycles in. So when you
Yeah,
recycle them,
but
the
even
corporation,
the
the company
recycling,
that it stands on,
the
the
recycling
business that it sits on,
require the recycling still comes with a budget. So people
I
not getting
couldn't hear
paid a
you,
lot for it. Recycling
but
still
they will
comes with
be.
a budget.
They will
It,
be.
I'm sorry.
They will be.
They what?
They will be.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's a part of a budget. So if you're looking for like contracts for that, um, different municipalities charge different rates for stuff like that.
I know. It goes all down to numbers and stuff, but the point is,
Unless
for
you're gonna go
people
for like
who
if you're gonna go for like a non for profit, then maybe like the non for profit route or some type of funding, private funding, some type of private funding organization maybe can also do that. But there's communities that have different community groups that do stuff like this
hmm
as far as recycling and environmental type stuff, which a lot
I
of
think
people
it's
probably
a
would think
great
that's not
opportunity for
really down for.
businesses to hop onto currency that is being transmitted online. Um, it doesn't pay in cash like you would think, but it is a currency. But my point is, it makes me feel like a better person when I recycle. It makes me feel like I'm going to have a future secured for my family, for my friends, for the creatures' families. You know what I'm saying? I'm really talking about everything in a collectiveness. Whenever you think about like if you think about what we use, it needs to either be remembered as something that needs to be kept, such as we're gonna use toys as an example, toys, furniture, stuff like that. That is meant to be kept for a while. Okay, utensils that you use that are plastic, stuff like that at cookwares, at fairs, places like this are going to profit once they realize it's just income sitting. They should have been somebody should have did this years ago, you know? Uh, it's just sitting, and now that they have a reason why they need to recycle a little more, it's it's a wonderful world for you and I. So I myself am targeting people or in my area to hop onto this with us, and I'm mainly doing places that need it, like parks and stuff like that. It's just, they're not cheap, and, what I would like to do is help the cities fundraise for these things, and they're just drop boxes where you can recycle your plastic. It sounds hard, it does because it's not the norm, but go up to north places where they used to recycle, glass and cans and stuff, and you know that people survive off that type of money, and that would be a great generating money for people such as homeless to have a reason to go implicate themselves out in these woods and pick up this stuff and recycle. It would give kids, maybe our kids, the
What's up?
implication to go
What's up?
out and clean our
What's up, Favor?
highways and not just put it on the convict felons or people like myself and others who do want to keep our roads
Listen,
clean.
everyone who's coming on, please like, subscribe, share. I need to see more people. Um, let's get more engagement here.
Well,
We are
good
speaking
morning.
about recyclables and people just doing their part in recycling and helping their communities. And uh, Miss Autumn here is kind of describing what she would do in her municipality and her city, how to improve that.
Yep, just describing how the world I am trying to build for myself and others out in the community that I live in. Uh, I'm fairly new to even being known about outside of my work and stuff. I don't social media or anything like that, but I do feel like we all can be a positive impact to each other. And the field that we conduct, like if you're a plumber, cool, those are needed, and electricians and roofers, yeah, those guys are needed. But the reason why they have a good business is because of their hospitality, because of the way that they conduct their business. It's not just them sitting back. Um, so I think believing that we can build a community with people, not just the white collars or the blue collars, but people who just want to be here and are cleaning up messes after people. That's who I'm talking about. Rescue work. But if there was ever a line to have from the title that I have held for many, many years, it'd be rescue slash voluntary community work. I don't know how to explain it, but it's important. Um, you can go to church and get it. You can find your local pantries and do it. You can do any other kind of work that you're into and do it. Like if you're into animals, go find rescues. Go get into the events that the cities have. You can be a part of it too. Everybody has a chance to be a part of the movement that happens when you need to clean up things that you mess up or neglect. You understand what I'm saying, Sammy?
No, I get it.
Yeah. So
I
it's
just think it would be too costly for people to be able
yeah,
to, So when you have to do when it has to do with time efficiency, when it has to do with cost, um, and it has to do with affecting other people, it's a sticky subject,
it is,
you know.
but it's going to become the new norm. If you know what's going on, as far as like if you keep up with certain politics aspects of what's going on, then you know what's going on. Corporations, I mean, and it's a lot to do with marketing. So a lot of people aren't falling onto this trend yet, but it's going to be a trend and has been a trend, especially the upcyclers, the revampers. One of the campaigning that needs to be done is why are we tearing down more trees still? It's 2025. Don't we have enough space? That there are a lot of areas that just need to be cleaned up and just reused. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Instead, we
Okay.
have these people who just don't realize that we have to be a balance. What are we gonna do when there's no butterflies and bees? When there's no, I like this song from Dirty Heads. When there's no sand to kick, my
Right.
no rocks to kick, no pine cones to kick, no nothing. What are we gonna do about it? And that's a world that we're allowing ourselves to be sucked into, being not as irrelevant as we should be here. We are very prominent here in realizing what we hold as space is important. And, I want to have other people look at flowers the way that I do and experience love in a way that I would like to. It's a story to be told, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a business perspective. Definitely something that can be alleviated to make sure that everybody's involved. It's the point of view, at the end of the day.
Perspective.
It's your point of view. I mean, so it's just
I
how
agree.
that would go.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I love my family and I
As
love
you should.
my community. Yeah,
As you
you should.
should.
Even when there's mess ups and arguments and fallout, I still I always felt like a family keeper in my family, holding it together. And then sometimes we as people find out that people don't really hold us, it's us that holds us.
Right.
And through these obstacles and these relearned lessons and
Shout out to everybody that's coming on. Thank you, everyone that's
yeah,
coming on, adding on to this live stream. Definitely engage, like, subscribe, um,
mm,
share, pass it to your
yeah.
friends, family, friends.
But
Continues.
it's going to be a wonderful adventure with you and I. We have a lot of things that we're going to implicate in our communities, and
Okay.
um, I just believe that if people are aware that stop throwing out things that are usable and start donating them. There's places that you can call. There are
Hey,
people in your
Curtis.
neighborhood you can seek out. So, being responsible about your financial purchases is very responsible. And as a collectiveness, you will be supporting your community who need these donations, if that's what they're called. At the end of it all, it is somebody giving their their purchases to another to be further used. And from there, um, it's just not getting thrown away. It's not, you know, it's irresponsible to believe that you can just use something for so long and not pass it on. Our
Right.
great granddaddies, mamas, that's how they raised their communities, their societies built off each other, giving to each other. And
Curtis, how did you know I have the Galaxy A15 5G? Did it tell you the phones that people have? Or
I don't see that.
uh, anyway, thank you for coming on.
I don't know. Maybe he'll answer that. I tend not to read them until
No, I
later.
don't. I don't. That's not. It's similar to that phone, but it's not the phone exactly I have. But it's similar.
Oh, okay, well,
It's
yeah,
similar.
okay. I agree.
Yeah.
And to support your economy, to find ways to produce money inside of your economy, and that's like your little demographic of yourself and your area, is important. You're going to be able to fund better schools. You're going to be able to fund better roads and other exciting events that can happen in your city. I love going to my city events with my kids. I I do that instead of trick or treating. That's an example. The community during other holidays, it's a little trickier. I've been busy so many years that I really just sheltered myself inside something and didn't even care about doing community things like I have been trying the last year. Uh, so maybe this year will be a change for me, but I do plan on being more prominent to a life that I would like to be in. And that definitely is not throwing away all this plastic.
Right.
And I'm hoping the places that do decide to do this subscription with me or through this company at Plevo, that they realize what kind of investment they're going to be generating. And people like me are becoming more aware of our actions, and we're not as careless as some of us being. And I think once somebody sees one do it, it'll do another and another, and it'll be the new trash can.
Right.
I'm just speculating. So I'm glad to be able to think of a better world and be able to have the footsteps towards it. And
Right.
um I'm not like I'm like a no judge person. If you smoke cigarettes, if you drink, if you do hardcore drugs, if you're homeless, if you're prostituting or you're doing stuff like that, you have to look at it as like these people are in their own mindset of being, and they just needed a kind gesture. And not always
Right.
will you be kind to people, especially people who are close in your circles, such as your mom, your brother,
Hmm.
your parents, siblings, and then you got your kids. I love my babies, and I want to leave a world for them that they can be able to fine tune, like me and others in this world are trying to do. We're fine tuning where we believe are uh, wrong. Like I get mad at the pet community, um, just so upset at people, but I
Hmm.
try not to judge them because I like to do the whole mindset of believing that we are just steps away from being them. Times
Right.
and times just make you become certain people. It's all about your morals, your values, and if you're going to upstand and withhold what you say you're doing, and that's hard. That is
Right.
some hard discipline. That's tough. I should say that's tough discipline, and a very hard lesson to uphold. Like you got to keep steadfast when you learn the lessons like you were supposed to learn. It's like a video game over here, Matrix or not, we are still. I still feel like we're out here to win. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, some way, we're supposed to go on top, and even if it's not like literally on top of the world, at least on top of your world, you're on top. You know, I believe love
Right.
stories are like that. These people
I
who
think. I think.
God
I think just kind of being on top of just everything. Kind of puts perspectives on
makes you
uh
feel like you're
how
powerful.
things. I'm sorry. Repeat that.
Makes you feel powerful.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I agree. But just it also organizes you to do what needs to be done. You know. So that's what's up, man.
I agree.
I know you got to get ready to get out of here, right? You got something that you have to go to in a few. But we can be on here a little bit longer if you like. It's up to you.
Yeah, that's fine. Uh, I just also like to be able to be around people. You ever feel like you want to be around people but you don't?
Mm,
So I don't like to go to the club. I don't like to drink. Um, so I won't partake to that. But I do like events and I do like cookouts and I do like people getting together. But you know what I hate about them? Like I would keep going to them is the wastefulness that happens whenever we just have
right,
parties. You know what I'm saying?
right.
It really sucks.
What you're
But
saying is correct.
yeah,
What you're
it
saying
feels
is
like you
correct.
can't enjoy it. Really, you can't enjoy it.
Right, right,
And there's many reasons why. I mean, a lot of it has to be that they don't want the product to get stolen. They
right,
want you to purchase it, which is understandable. But it's 2025. I think we should have had better methods of recycling by now.
right,
It gets tiresome being a person who recycles on their own, and the fact that the government's trying to do it now makes you
right,
feel a little proud of your nation.
right.
So,
Well, so what do have we covered here today? Let's wrap it up. As we wrap it
okay,
up,
I agree.
we've
I would
we've
say,
covered
just
how to
making sure that you're
how to
staying
pick up
clear on your
recyclables,
goals.
or get recyclable
No, that's
contracts.
my goal. If people want to jump onto that that
What will be
vibe,
the
then
overall?
please do.
What's the overview? What will be the overview that was discussed?
But yeah, just the clarity of yourself and what you're going to do, making sure you go out forward with clear intent. You know, we're just not clearing our body with the detoxes we're supposed to be doing and eating right and cleaner because it's hard out here in 2025 in a world like this to be like that. But honestly, it's important. That's all I got to say, to make sure that you're clear physically, emotionally, um, physically. I mean, spirituality. Look at me, I can't even speak. Just all of those factors within inside yourself. Aligning yourself. People call it many things like charkas and whatever. You yourself do it. Whatever religion, whatever thought you have, it's you and us who do it. So
All
just
right.
be clear on your intent. Always love these sessions with you, Sammy.
Of course, of course, man. That's a good wrap up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you hit a lot of points on a lot of different things, and I think people definitely take that advice and take certain things if they didn't take the whole thing. But it brings different. I think it brings out certain things that people can kind of utilize in their own lives, which is, I believe, what you were trying to do. That it
yeah,
has to, not everything has to be exact, nor does it have to become close. But maybe there's certain aspects that pieces that people can take and utilize in their own journeys and their own lives. That's complementary. So I think you hit that pretty good. The part. All right,
I
yeah, man.
agree.
Uh, as we start this Monday in society, I know you got different things you have to do. I do too. And it's a wrap. YouTube live sessions. I'm Sammy B, and you are.
Autumn G. Until next
Until next
time,
time,
stay great.
peace. Thank you. Later.